Finally, I would like to look at perpendicular lines. We know from our previous video on the gradient of a straight line that if two lines are perpendicular, the gradient of one line will be the negative reciprocal of the other. Remember that to find the negative reciprocal, all we do is turn the value into a fraction, flip it, and change the sign. Let's look at some examples of how we find perpendicular lines. Find the equation of the line perpendicular to y is equal to 3x and passing through point 0, 0. The line we've been given has a gradient of 3, so m is equal to 3. Let's find the gradient of the perpendicular line. So we take m, which is 3, turn it into a fraction. Let's flip it, and we get 1 over 3. 3 over 1 is positive, so we can change the sign, and we get negative 1 over 3. Let's tidy this up, and we can make a note that the perpendicular gradient is equal to negative 1 over 3. Just like our previous examples, this line also passes through the origin at point 0, 0. So this line has a y-intercept at 0, which means that c is 0. And we can make a note of this over here. Now we have an equation with an m value of negative 1 over 3 and a c value of 0. So we can write our equation as y is equal to m negative 1 over 3 x. C is 0, so we don't have to write this value down. Let's do another example. Find the equation of the line perpendicular to y is equal to negative 2x plus 4, passing through the point 3, 1. The gradient of the line we've been given is negative 2, so m is negative 2. Let's find the gradient of the perpendicular line. So we say negative 2. Let's turn this into a fraction. So we say over 1. Now we can flip it, and we get 1 over 2. The original gradient was negative, so this one is positive. And we can say the perpendicular gradient is equal to positive 1 over 2. Now we can tidy all of this up. Our perpendicular line will have an m value of 1 over 2. So the equation will be y is equal to 1 over 2x plus c. The line we are looking for passes through the point 3, 1. So let's substitute these values into x and y and solve for c. The y coordinate is 1, so we say 1 is equal to m, 1 over 2, multiplied by x, which is 3, plus c. Now we have 1 is equal to 1 over 2 multiplied by 3, which is 3 over 2, plus c. Now we need to move 3 over 2 to the left-hand side of the equation. So let's change 1 into a fraction over 2. And we say 2 over 2. Then we can move 3 over 2, so we get minus 3 over 2 is equal to c. 2 minus 3 gives us negative 1, and we get negative 1 over 2, which is equal to c. Now we have an m value of 1 over 2 and a c value of negative 1 over 2. So the equation for this perpendicular line, y is equal to m, 1 over 2, x. C is negative 1 over 2, so we say minus 1 over 2. Let's do one final example. Find the equation of the line perpendicular to y is equal to x over 2 plus 5 over 2 and passing through the point negative 1, 4. Now we know that x over 2 is actually 1 over 2x. So let's start by rewriting this equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So you can say y is equal to m, 1 over 2, x plus c, which is 5 over 2. This line has a gradient of 1 over 2. We can make a note of the m value over here. But we want to find the equation of the perpendicular line. So let's find the perpendicular gradient. We take our fraction, 1 over 2, flip it, and we get positive 2 over 1. Change the sign, and we get negative 2. This is the gradient of the perpendicular line. We can make a note of this as well. Now we have an m value of negative 2. So our equation will be y is equal to negative 2 x plus c. The question tells us the perpendicular line passes through the point negative 1, 4. So let's use these coordinates to find c. The y coordinate is 4, so we can say 4 is equal to m, negative 2, multiplied by the x coordinate, negative 1, plus c. Now we have 4 is equal to negative 2 multiplied by negative 1, which is positive 2, plus c. Let's move 2 to the other side, and we get 4 minus 2 is equal to c, which means that 2 is equal to c. Now we have an m value of negative 2 and a c value of 2. So we can write our equation as y is equal to m negative 2 x plus c, which is 2. And this is the equation of the perpendicular line.